technical issues. Rule number 1 in radio, you never blame the equipment. But unfortunately here at Siena College, we have construction going on right next door. Guys in hard hats walking all over. So I'm like, hey, you know, this button's not working. But that's the beauty of live radio, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I was having fun.
What was that voice? Sounds familiar over there. Taylor Mathews.
Hey, how's it
Welcome.
going? Thank you, appreciate it.
We just played your song a few minutes ago. Do what you want to. Also, the other beauty of live radio here in the Capital Region, WVCR Radio. You never know when you're going to get a superstar artist such as yourself walking through these doors.
I'm sure my mom would appreciate that.
If you're listening live online, again, we apologize. Just a few technical issues. So if you're at WVCR.com, our live stream is down. However, we are part of the iHeartRadio network. So you can go to iHeartRadio.com or just click the iHeartRadio link over on our website, and you can be listening live to 88.3 WVCR Radio. Taylor, we also have some our lovely interns in here with us, staring you down.
Hello.
Hello.
We have Mary and Emily. Did I get that
Yep.
right?
Yes, you did.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
now, coming up in a few minutes, we've asked your fans, Taylor, some questions via the WVCR Twitter account to get to know you a little bit better. And we're going to have our interns, Mary and Emily, ask you those questions. But I'd love to catch up. I mean, you just stopped by. You're on tour right now. And you stopped by WVCR Studios almost 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. It doesn't feel like that long. It's just like been one continuous tour. Took like a month off.
I looked at your schedule over at TaylorMatthewsMusic.com, and you literally are all over the page. You were in New Jersey last night, New York now, and you're going out to Canada, California.
Well, yeah, we're ending off in California. This time we decided not to do the whole country necessarily, just because it was a lot of driving last time. And I had like a 13-hour drive through the Rockies and like almost died twice, so I don't want to do that again. I mean, I will eventually, but just not this time. Yeah, we're doing the East Coast this time around, and then we're doing a couple shows along the southwestern border of the United States into California, and Pasadena is going to be our last show.
I like how you just brushed it off like, yeah, we were all over the country touring. You know, I didn't want to do the whole country. The East Coast.
Right. Yeah, no, it's super great. I'm really stoked that there's no snow right now.
Last time you were
Unfortunately,
here,
they were
there was
getting. Yeah, in Montreal we had about like 26 inches. It was nuts. And then, of course, through those Rockies we had an avalanche, and yeah, we were. It came like. I had a fight with Zuri, my tour manager. She didn't want to go towards the avalanche, and I did. Which I'm not sure if it's the smartest decision, but that's probably why. But yeah, so we ended up going towards where this avalanche was. I really didn't have any idea what an avalanche is because I'm from Louisiana and I've been living in California, so avalanches are kind of like a mysterious, mystical thing to me. That's probably why I wanted to go see it. Not the smartest idea.
I think you were reading my mind. I was about to say, you're from Louisiana, and I know you spend most of your time out on the left side of the map, so snow not really in your forecast out there.
No. Yeah, that's probably why I don't make the smartest decisions while it's snowing. Yeah, no, so we ended up doing that, and it was just like, it was nuts. The whole winter was just tremendous. I mean, it was the roughest winter in like 100 years, honestly.
If you're just tuning in to us at WVCR.com, we're also live on 88.3 The Saint here at WVCR Radio, live in studio with Taylor Mathews. Now, people may recognize your voice. You were on a national TV show a few years ago, and that's how you got your start. America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah, it was about 3.5, 4 years ago.
You were a finalist, so you got to go on the national tour, big venues.
Yeah.
Now, is that your first foray into music? Did you maybe do some touring before that, or just local stuff? Or is it that you happen to walk out on stage and think, oh, hey, millions of people are watching right now?
Right. Finding myself for the last few years, but I've been really lucky to have, it's still kind of a small group of people that are supporting me right now, but they're really a mighty group of people. So I've been really blessed to travel the country to different homes and different families across the country that are supporting what I'm doing. So.
Taylor Mathews, the most humble man ever. I looked at your first EP that you put out a few years ago. The video you made for it, Head Over Feeling, in one day had 100,000 views.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
yeah,
interesting.
it's small, teensy tiny on 100,000.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not quite like the boy bands, the teeny bopper, One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer, where they get like millions. But it's a good, yeah, it's a beautiful number. I mean, I've never really gotten. The only other time that ever happened to me was a Thanksgiving video that I posted on YouTube, and overnight it went viral for some reason, and then like ever since, like it's like all my friends like dancing. We have this like turkey dance that we made. Like,
you know what's happening? Mothers are at home, standing there like, okay, time to make stuffing. Let's find a great recipe online.
Right.
Let's type in Thanksgiving. Oh, well, okay, here we go, Taylor Mathews.
Yeah. it was beautiful. It was an interesting song, but yeah, it ended up getting like 100,000 views overnight. We woke up the next morning and everybody was freaking out. And so all my friends have been wanting to make like holiday videos ever since. I'm like, too much pressure to live up to that one.
Leave it at Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, so after you made your first EP, you did the national tour, you made an EP, you actually made the record that you have out currently that you're touring for, Do What You Want To.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I looked at the stats online,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that it hit number 7 on the iTunes album chart.
Yeah, I think it went to number 6. I think it peaked at number 6. Yeah, it's really great. I really been blessed by that.
I looked at the albums right now. If you go to the iTunes album download chart, number 7 this week was Coldplay.
Yeah.
8 was Colby Calais.
It's huge.
I have the Michael Jackson album, the brand new one that was released, Escape. It's number 55. So when you say I have a small following, I mean number 7, you were in some elusive company.
I mean, it was a pretty quick, like little up and down kind of spurt. I'm not staying there, but
no, that's
a
screenshot to put on the wall.
Yeah, it's frame that. Yeah, I don't know. I've been really thankful for it. It's still like, I mean, on the up and ups, and it's definitely, I have a lot to learn about myself and about music and about the people that support me and about this whole thing. So we've been really blessed with some great ideas that we've been able to like just nurture and grow into. I think a lot of this has just been a family event and trying to figure out like what we're doing day by day, because a story of success isn't really like defined perfectly for me or for any musician for that matter, and it's always just kind of like you have to figure it out day by day. That's kind of why we call the tour Making It Up As We Go. It's just because like just figuring it out, and even though like it might have like peaked at number 6 like on the chart for a second, like there's still so much left to go, and that's just a splash in the pan. I mean, fame is and like all that stuff. So it's just long as I'm keeping to make music and people are showing up. I think that's what matters the most, instead of like accolades.
If you are listening live on WVCR.com, welcome to the Afternoon Escape. It's 88.3 The Saints. Taylor Mathews live in studio, and that's exactly what it is, the Making It Up As We Go. Now, I looked at your tour schedule. Not only are you all over, well, I guess in your own words, we're just on the East Coast, a little bit of the West. But you actually do something to your fans that nobody else that I've ever seen done in the music industry. You offer a home show.
Yeah, it's been fun. There's a lot of like people that do it, a lot of artists. I feel like they just don't embrace it as much as they should. I mean, by the end of July, we'll have visited over like 130 homes, so that's pretty cool to like say. It's like 130 families essentially, and some of the homes we're visiting over again, and there have been like a few new people a part of the tour. But it's just mainly just a tour to say thank you for being a part of my life. And if I can't like necessarily sell out major venues quite yet, I at least want to like, no relationship does well whenever it's long distance and you don't show up in their lives. So the best thing to do is just to be there for them as much as you can. And so this is me trying to show up. Nah.
No, that really defines Making It Up As We Go tour. Not only are you doing venues that you can purchase tickets to and go out and see you up on a stage, but you never know where you are going to be to promote your record on basically a week-by-week basis. You might have somebody that'll call you up while you're in New York. I know tonight you're in the Clifton Park, Waterford area. What if somebody says, hey, Taylor, I'd like to hire you to come to my house? And you're like, sure, tomorrow's free. Let's do it. Maryland, you got it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love it. It's really great. I mean, this is our last home show tour for a while. We've really enjoyed like the whole event, but we're a lot about growing and what we're going to be doing like in the fall, which I'm really excited about. Nobody's ever done. I've never heard anything about this. People have done home show tours, but what we want to do in fall is it's called a hotel party tour, and so like essentially, I say essentially a lot. Essentially every weekend for 6 weeks in the fall, starting in like mid-October to like the end of November, is what we're planning out right now. This is kind of the baby phases. But every weekend we're going to have 2 shows. Philly and New Jersey are going to be 2. And then Tampa and Orlando most likely, and a few other, Montreal, Toronto, and all those areas. So it's going to be East Coast run again. But we're going to have like hotel shows on the weekends. And going to invite everybody out to like the hotel we're staying at and like throw a little party in a little conference room that we rent out. And we're going to have like a photo booth, like a popcorn machine, because the popcorn machines are awesome. And snow cone machines and all that stuff. So, and the reason why we're having a photo booth, just because I like to keep like everything thematic. The music video that we just got done filming a few weeks ago in LA, we're releasing to Canada, to Family Channel soon, and it's going to be out on Vivo soon as well next month. And so in the music video itself, this kid goes out into like the middle of this forest, and he finds this photo booth, and it's essentially like, there it is again. He ends up taking a picture. It ends up taking a picture of himself as an astronaut in the future, because he wants to be an astronaut when he gets older. And so it's like a dream booth, you know. And so he goes out to try to tell the town. He makes little flyers and tries to tell the town like all about this like dream booth and everything. He's like the most adorable little kid. But anyway, so in the hotel party tour, we want to incorporate the photo booth and like put a box of dreams right outside and just like kind of take silly fun pictures and just to be like, you know, a little different. And fun.
Is the video out now?
It's not out yet. It's going to be out next week. Not next week. Next month.
Yeah.
So now here at WVCR Radio, we're getting the inside scoop from Taylor Mathews. We know what all your plans are for the next tour. The hotel. We know when the video's going to pop out.
Yeah.
And what I like to do, we actually, I know these girls are chomping at the bit over here, Taylor. You mentioned earlier in the interview here at WVCR Radio, we have Mary and Emily.
Yes, hello.
They are interns here
Welcome.
at the station, but they also have a show. Ladies, when are you on the station?
Talk about our shows.
Yeah, when are you guys on the radio?
I'm on late Thursday night. Big
Twitter account. We also have Facebook and Instagram up. Earlier, I posted a message asking Taylor's fans. They call themselves Mathletes. Mathews, Math Club.
Yeah.
Mathletes. And all the time here at most radio stations, we have the cut and dry. So, Taylor, where are you from? That was the record, right?
Yeah.
We got to keep you on your toes, man. So, I wanted the fans to ask you the questions, and I want you girls to read off all of the Twitter questions we've received over at WVCR.com. So, I'm not nervous, right?
No, we're good.
First
We'll
big
be
interview.
okay. We're ready.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm going to turn my mic off. You ladies have at it.
All right. All right, so our first question is from Sylvia Dibs on Taylor. And her question is, I heard she's a super fan. Question is, your favorite song to play live?
My favorite song to play live. That's such a hard one. It changes daily. I feel like I Don't Want to Love You is pretty great. Just because it always just seems to be like that emotional like song. Or Making It Up As We Go. I don't know. I feel like recently Making It Up As We Go has gotten a lot of like love, which is really great. And plus you can get like a really little thuggish, which is great.
Everyone loves
Doesn't
getting a
happen.
little thug.
Doesn't happen too often to me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I Don't Want to Love You, I feel like is great because everybody can relate to a broken heart, and not everybody can relate to happiness and joy, which is kind of
That's true.
a fun
That's
little
very
comment for
well
you.
said.
But
All right, our next question is also from Sylvia, and you said you're doing a lot of house shows, so what's the most unique house show setting you've been in?
Oh no.
oh gosh, can I defer to you? What do you think?
The most unique house setting or the most unique thing to happen?
Most unique thing to happen, maybe?
I would say the ice cream truck.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah, the ice cream truck. So literally in, Nazareth, Pennsylvania, which the Martin Guitar Factory is over there, and I visited that. It was pretty awesome. Geeked out. But so, Nazareth, Pennsylvania, we're in the backyard and hanging out, and by the time I was about to play my last song, this ice cream truck pulls up, blaring the record. It's like Lost Somewhere was the record, like the song that was playing, and over like the loudspeaker of like the ice cream truck, and I just like turned around, just like stared at the girl like that was in the truck. I had no idea what was going on.
That's
I thought she was gonna get out. I thought they were friends with like the people that lived there. So it was like this weird moment.
It was like word on the street.
But the host, what happened was the host had actually
Yeah,
When
the host,
found her
yeah.
and was like, "Will you come to my house and play the music?" And
Yeah,
stuff.
the
And
host-
had
the
her
host-
had her.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the whole like night was just amazing with that whole thing. So I loaded up on some. I ended up eating like this Italian ice blue raspberry, and so my teeth were blue the entire time. I was like trying to sing my last song, which is like kind of emotional, and so I
Blue
just had
teeth all
blue
over.
teeth, just singing "Sweet Louisiana," thinking about missing my mom and dad back home. It's
Nice.
just made for a great moment.
Of course. And from @Krista Post, also here she's a big fan. We heard, you're a little into philosophy before your music career, so she wants to know, what are your favorite philosophy books?
I love Start With Why by Simon Sinek. It's a bit redundant, and it took me a long time to get through because it just kept on saying the same thing over and over again for like 130 pages. But Start With Why is amazing because it just centers in on like, to be successful, you have to follow your heart and listen to like what it's saying and just like be in tune with like your energy, and like who you are essentially. And so Start With Why is like, why do you do what you do, instead of like what you're doing, instead of describing in detail and giving factual information. And then another one's Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell,
Yeah.
which I think everybody's kind of read.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a pretty popular one.
Cool. And from Lauren @Gotta Love R5, who is your favorite band or singer at the moment, and your favorite song by them?
It is.
Tuffy.
Well, we just got done recording this acoustic EP that we're that's not going to be released publicly, but we just got done recording this acoustic EP for the tour, and the entire time I was listening to that, or writing and recording that record, I was listening to Dan Crawl. He's a new artist on Columbia, and he's amazing. The song called "Think About You." It's just super fun, summery jam. The whole record's really great. I was like driving around my mom and dad's Prius in Nashville for a while, just kind of getting the feel of that, saving money, and spending $20 on gas. But yeah, I had like a disc changer in the car. I didn't have like an aux cable to hook up my phone, so I had to go to the record store.
Oh, darn.
and just kind of played around and just found this random guy that my friend recommended, and and I trusted that and got it, and just made my whole month. Just a beautiful record. It's
That's
really
awesome.
great.
Gotta
That
listen
and
to
the
that one.
Vacationer, The Wildlife. Really
Okay.
great. It used to be the Starting Line, if you guys remember the Starting Line at all. They were big for... Well,
Oh, yeah.
they weren't that big, I guess. But they're both great summer jams.
Awesome. All right. Our next question is @Taylor Mathews PA. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, out of this rain, where would you be?
Be at WVCR,
I like that. I like it a lot.
It's a
a
very
great
political answer, right? Okay. No, I don't know. I don't think that I would rather be anywhere else. It sounds super cheesy. I just like where I'm at right now. I feel like I've been most places. Europe, I mean, is always kind of like,
Absolutely,
any American
yeah.
will say,
Yeah.
let's go to England. I'm like, okay, with that, let's go to London. I mean, that's on my list. Or Australia. I said Australia the other day. I feel like my mind is always like ever changing. But yeah, Australia or London, England.
Nice.
Where they speak English.
Yes. That's always helpful.
It's always better.
And another question from Alex @IrishAlex6991. What is your favorite song to perform that you've wrote?
Yeah, same answer. I Don't Want to Love You or...
Let's be friends.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. Let's Be Friends is probably my favorite.
All right.
Yeah, it's not out yet though. So have you? Okay, well,
Yeah,
not a lot
the
of
show
people.
is full of surprises,
I know,
man.
what's
Yeah, Let's Be
that?
Friends.
Tour
Which
plans coming
also,
up.
by the way, I do want to say this though. What we're going to be doing too. I know this is a lot of information to take in for everyone, but we're doing something called a music pass, a year music pass, and so starting in July, we're gonna put it up on the store for anybody that wants to be involved in this project. But starting in September, I'm gonna release a couple songs each month to the people that have this music pass. Every month for a year until next September, to where we're going to release the next record. So for all the people that have been listening to this record, it gives them new music to listen to, and I still have a lot to do with this record, so I want to keep promoting that. So it's kind of like under the table, listening to music, and either songs that I'm writing that month or songs that I really want to go on the next record, which Let's Be Friends and If You Don't Love is one of those. So we're just going to have a slew of songs, and by the end of that whole year, I'm going to ask everyone that holds that pass to vote on their top 10 favorite songs, and then those songs are going to make the record. And then whatever songs don't make the record, they are going to keep for their private collection that nobody else will have.
That's pretty
Nice.
Ever. So
That is
That'd
definitely
be fun.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm really fun. I'm excited about it.
If you're more interested in Taylor Mathews, who is live in the studio here at WVCR, if you're listening live online, WVCR.com. We're also on iHeartRadio. What I'll do, Taylor, I know Taylor Mathews Music with one T in Mathews. So I'll post that on our page too. So anybody that's listening here in the Capital Region, or if you're not a fan of our pages yet and you're listening live online, go to WVCR.com. Grab our Facebook or our Twitter. I'll put your account up there. So if you want to check out more of the Taylor Mathews music, it's one click away for you. We have Mary, Emily, two interns here at the station who are doing a phenomenal job. Making my
Why, thank
job
you.
that much easier.
Anytime. We do
All
what
right,
we
now,
can.
what I'd like to do is if we can pick one more question, and then afterwards, Taylor, you wanted to perform a live song in the studio here?
Yeah.
Something we've never heard before?
Should I do Let's Be Friends, maybe? I wasn't planning on it, but I could.
You could.
I could.
You were just a
Maybe.
tease today, man.
I know. Look at that. You never know what you'll hear next year.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, I see where you went
Very
with
good.
that.
That was nice.
Thank you.
All right, so this last question, we've all been awaiting this answer. It's from Chris at Kajinnes.
CG Ninnis,
CG
maybe?
We hope we're pronouncing it right, but who is your celebrity crush?
I feel like this is a lot of guys' celebrity crush. Kristen Bell. I love her.
Really?
She's so adorable.
I like her. That's a good choice.
I'm
She's
just
so
going to be
great.
giving
I
you a
really-
high five over here.
I don't know. I mean, I don't normally go for blondes necessarily. Like, I think, like, in the fantasy land of my head that I think that, like, oh, blondes, it's always, like, the typical answer. But I feel like usually, it's the brown-haired, like, brunette, brown-eyed, like, girls that I'm, like, attracted to more so. I find, like, there's some puppy dog quality to it. Like, there's, like, like, there's just heartwarming, you just, like, want to,
Just gonna take him under your wing.
You just do. Yeah. Throw 'em in your
I'll
pocket.
keep you safe.
Yeah, no, but Kristen Bell, for some reason, just is kind of like that girl. She's cute.
Well, if she's listening out
She's
there,
weird,
call
too.
Taylor Matthews up.
But I think she's actually married, but,
You know.
That's, hey, yeah. Homewrecker over here.
We're
No, she's
live in the studio with Taylor Mathews. So I'm not going to call you the homewrecker.
Yeah, right.
You're listening
yet.
live online at WVCR.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Afternoon Escape. He's laughing more than I am over there. All right, again, if you want more information on Taylor, TaylorMatthewsMusic.com, or, as I said earlier, just hit up our Facebook, our Twitter account. You're already a fan. You're at WVCR.com. Click on it. We'll share all the links coming up in a few minutes, as well as some behind-the-scenes pictures with Emily Mary over here asking the Twitter questions as we reached out to the mathletes. So, Taylor, what I'll do right now, I'll give you a couple minutes. You can grab the guitar, and for the first time ever live on the radio here at WVCR, you're going to hear a brand new, previously unheard of. You want to talk about exclusive stuff. Never before heard Taylor Mathews. It's coming up next here in the station that plays anything. It's 88.3. The same.